As promised, folks, here it is. This is our subcast, the program entitled Casting Dread, the Penny Dreadful Show. The pilot's title is called Night Work. Its original air date was April 28, 2014. It was directed by J.A. Bayona, and it was written by showhelmer John Logan. And now it's time for a little story. A mother is in bed with her daughter. She goes up to use the restroom. While relieving herself, she is forcibly taken. We transition to a young woman, Vanessa Ives, praying alone in front of a cross. Spiders crawl on it. They crawl on her hand. All the while, something is looming inside of her. This is London, September 22nd, 1891. We are introduced to Ethan Chandler and his Wild West show. Vanessa is in the crowd. Ethan eyes another young woman, and later on, he mounts her. Later, Ethan is in a bar drinking. He is visited by Vanessa, who sees something more than a flair for the dramatic in him. She is in need of help, armed help that's unafraid of danger, and they agree to meet at 11 p.m. When meeting at 11, they encounter Sir Malcolm Murray, who is questioning someone inside of a sea of folks chasing the dragon. Ethan has questions. Sir Malcolm is searching for something, and that is all Ethan needs to know. He warns Ethan to keep his head, no matter what he may see. The three of them go to question three other individuals clad in dark clothing. Once the interrogation begins, they begin violence. The response is strong, fast, and quick, just like the stranger's movements. Two of them are dispatched with great difficulty. Vanessa slips into a building, searching among still bodies with cold, pale faces. She turns and sees one of the others behind her. Vanessa wants to know where she is. Vanessa also wants to know where his master is. The creature responds, "Closer than you think. Would you like to meet him?" Before he can attack, Ethan and Malcolm arrive, and the thing is dispatched. They search through the bodies. Amongst them rises a beast-like form with red eyes and sharp front teeth. With difficulty, he is killed. Malcolm goes to the remaining bodies and begins to slaughter them as they cry out with sharp incisors and red eyes. At the morgue, the trio is directed to the mortician's assistant. They encounter Victor Frankenstein, who is far too busy to help. Yet once the creature's body is unveiled, Victor begins to examine. The creature's skin has an odd insect-like quality. When cutting open the chest, a large black tattoo is revealed upon it with gray inscriptions. Ethan wants to know what is going on. He is given an invitation to come to Sir Malcolm's house. Meanwhile, the police are investigating the brutal murder of the mother and daughter. Scene is gruesome, savage, and leaves the authority with more questions than answers. Ethan goes to Sir Malcolm's house. There he is met by Sir Malcolm's man, Sembeni. Sembeni leads him to Vanessa, who is laying out tarot cards. She asks him, "Do you believe there is a demimonde, Mr. Chandler? A half-world between what we know and what we fear. A place in the shadows, rarely seen but deeply felt." Ethan is invited to enter into this demimonde, but Ethan doesn't believe in the glory of mercenary work. After he leaves, Sir Malcolm is confident that Ethan will return. Sir Malcolm then stares at a slightly faded picture of two children. While the citizens of London are questioning whether the Ripper has returned, Sir Malcolm and Vanessa go to the museum and seek out the Egyptologist, Mr. Lyle. Lyle translates the inscriptions on the creature's chest to an idea meaning either blood cure or blood transformation, perhaps paralleling something akin to a blood curse. Lyle would like to see more. It is revealed that the inscriptions are from the Book of the Dead. At the gruesome crime scene, Ethan stands among the crowd. He is visibly shaken and cannot stand the sight of what he sees. He leaves. Later, Sembeni delivers a suit and an invitation to Victor. Victor later arrives and Sir Malcolm offers him employment as a free thinker. Victor has no interest in joining an occult society. Malcolm then drops the vague rhetoric and appeals directly to him. He is trying to save his daughter. Meanwhile, Ethan goes to Sir Malcolm's house. On his way to the door, he changes his mind and leaves. Malcolm is in his room, tired and weary. He goes to rest, but someone appears to him. A young girl pleading with red eyes, begging for help. When the girl vanishes, he later confers with Vanessa, stating that their past transgressions will remain with them, as will their guilt. Vanessa returns to her cross. In response to her prayers, a mountain of spiders bursts from underneath it. As Victor walks the streets, he feels as if he is being followed. He enters his house and descends into a private laboratory. On the table is a nude male corpse. As he makes adjustments, he notices that the table is empty. He searches the room and finds the corpse in the corner. As their eyes meet, they are both visibly moved. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was our bit of story time. We've been introduced to Vanessa, Sir Malcolm, and Ethan, their man Sembeni, and Victor Frankenstein. The writing itself is extremely good. The look and style feel unique. It feels like dark theater, but in the best way possible. All the performances are solid. The antagonists have mystery in them. The direction is extremely proficient. The shots themselves are captivating. The art direction is superior. And folks, again, this is just the beginning. There's plenty of things for mostly everyone, though the show itself is not for kids. There's violence, there's sex, there's gore, there's mystery, there's intrigue. It's deeply influenced by Victorian literature. It starts a little slow, but this is setting up a larger scale story. It's about the internalization of our fears and demons, and we smell duality immediately. We're left with many questions. What's going on inside Vanessa? Why is a man so used to guns so squeamish around dead bodies? And what is going on with Sir Malcolm's daughter? All interesting questions which we'll examine next time.